Welcome back to Doggy for Life, where we dive deeper than the surface of wagging tails and joyful jumps. Because behind every dog lies a truth, a silent story that unfolds not just in moments of play and comfort, but in the quiet corners of time where we forget to look. This episode is different. Today, we're not talking about training tips or favorite toys. Today, we're talking about the things that hit hardest when it's already too late. The kind of truths you wish someone had whispered to you the day you brought your dog home. The truths you only come to understand after the leash hangs unused, after the bowl sits untouched, after the house falls still. 1. Their lives are tragically short. No matter how much we love them, no matter how hard we try to hold on, dogs live a fraction of a human life. 10 years. Maybe 15. If you're lucky. It goes by in the blink of an eye. When you're in it, time feels endless. But it isn't. You'll go from training pads to arthritis medication faster than you ever imagined. You'll remember the day they fit in your arms. The first time they climbed stairs. The way their ears perked up at your voice. And you'll blink, and they're gray around the muzzle, moving slower, sleeping longer. People don't realize how fleeting it all is until that final vet visit looms. And in that sterile room, holding them as they take their last breath, you'll wish you could rewind time to all those days when you were too busy to notice them just waiting at the door. You can't change that moment, but you can make sure you never waste the ones leading up to it. 2. They feel more than you think. Dogs don't speak words, but they speak with their eyes, their posture, their silence. When you raise your voice, they shrink, not because they're guilty, but because they're confused. When you come home angry, they feel it ripple through their body like thunder before a storm. Dogs are emotional sponges. They read your facial expressions, your tone, your energy. They feel sadness in the room even when everyone is smiling. They sense tension in the silence between people. They don't understand your problems, but they carry the weight of your stress anyway. Many owners dismiss this. Until one day, their dog starts hiding when they raise their voice. Until the joy drains from those bright eyes. It's then they realize dogs are not furniture. They're not toys. They're sentient. A soul in fur. And once you truly accept that, you begin to treat them not as property, but as the companions they are. 3. Training is about trust, not control. Most people see training as a way to fix a problem. Sit. Stay. Don't jump. Don't bark. But the truth is, training isn't about control. It's about building trust. It's not just teaching them what to do, but showing them that your voice can be trusted, that your hand won't harm, that your presence is safe. Dogs don't come into our homes understanding our language or our rules. We expect so much from them, yet often fail to teach them gently. We use force. We lose patience. We assume they know better. But they don't. They're just trying to understand what you want. And every interaction teaches them whether to fear you or to love you more. Training done with compassion transforms a dog. It doesn't just create obedience, it builds a bond. The kind of bond that makes a dog look to you for guidance. The kind of bond that makes them feel proud to walk beside you, not afraid of making mistakes. 4. They crave mental stimulation, not just play. A tired dog isn't always a happy dog. Physical exhaustion wears them down, but mental stimulation wakes them up. Dogs were bred to think, to solve, to assist. When we strip them of that purpose and expect them to lie around all day, they become anxious, restless, or depressed. A walk isn't just exercise, it's a sensory adventure. A sniffing session is a mental workout. A game of hide-and-seek or learning a new trick gives their brain a challenge, a reward, a spark. Yet so many dogs live in boredom, with nothing to do but wait. Wait for us to come home. Wait for us to notice. And by the time most owners recognize this need, their dog has already spent years quietly fading, understimulated, underengaged, unfulfilled. Don't let your dog just exist in your home. Let them thrive. Let them explore, learn, and wonder. You're not just their caretaker. You're their entire world of discovery. 5. It's the quiet moments you'll miss the most. We remember the big milestones: first walk, first bark, birthdays. But what stays with you after they're gone isn't the big things. It's the quiet, ordinary moments. The sound of their paws in the hallway. The way they stretched before lying beside you. The soft sigh as they settled into sleep. You'll miss the way they made your house feel alive. How you never felt alone. How just their presence made everything softer, safer, warmer. You'll miss seeing them in the window when you came home. You'll miss how they knew your habits better than anyone. And the brutal truth? You don't realize how much those little moments meant until they're gone. When the silence in the house becomes unbearable, when the routine no longer includes feeding, walking, touching, that's when it hits. Love isn't in the grand gestures. It's in the everyday, quiet moments, the ones you take for granted until they disappear. 6. They watch you more than you think. Your dog knows you. Deeply. Intimately. They know what time you usually wake up. They notice when you skip meals. They recognize when your voice trembles, even slightly. They know when you're pretending to smile. And when something's wrong, they're the first to offer comfort. But what you may not realize is, they're also learning your patterns of love. They know who pets them, who plays, who walks away. They know who yells, who ignores, who gently speaks. And they respond accordingly. You may think you're hiding your moods, but your dog has already read them. What you show your dog daily teaches them what to expect from the world. If you offer love, they trust. If you offer fear, they withdraw. If you're inconsistent, they grow anxious. But if you're steady, kind, and present, they will give you a loyalty beyond anything you've ever known. 7. They don't want fancy things, they want you. You can buy the best dog bed, the most expensive treats, the finest food, but none of it matters if you're not there. Dogs don't measure love in dollars. They measure it in minutes, in attention, in presence. They don't want luxury. They want your lap. They don't need new toys every week. They need 5 more minutes of play, even when you're tired. They don't care about your Instagram likes. They care that you looked into their eyes and really saw them. So many owners try to buy love after neglecting time. But time is the only currency a dog truly values. Don't trade your presence for presents. Because once they're gone, the things you bought for them won't bring you comfort. Only the memories will. 8. You are their everything. This one is hard to understand until it's too late. You are their entire world. From the second you wake to the second you sleep, they orbit you. They wait for you to come home. They follow you from room to room. They watch you eat, hoping to share. They sleep beside your bed, because that's where their heart feels safe. We live in a world of distractions. Phones, work, noise. But dogs live in the world of you. They don't know how long you'll be gone. They just know you're gone. And when you return, it's like the world makes sense again. And yet, we often ignore them. Tell them not now. Push them away when we're stressed. And then, when we finally realize what they meant, it's too late. You are their everything. The least we can do is try to be worthy of that devotion. 9. You will outlive them. It's the price we pay. The brutal trade-off. You get a decade or more of unconditional love, and in return, you carry the grief when their time comes. No matter how strong you are, it breaks something inside you. Something permanent. They trust you with their entire life. And at the end, they trust you to be there one last time. To hold them. To whisper it's okay. To give them peace, even when your heart is shattering. That final act of love is the hardest thing you'll ever do. And the most important, grief never leaves. It softens, but it lingers in the corners of your days. And yet, we do it again. We welcome new dogs. Because love is worth it. Always. 10. You get one chance to do it right. There are no second chances. No rewinds. No, we'll do it better next time. You get one chance with this dog. One journey. One life together. And when it's over, all that's left is memory. You won't remember the shoes they chewed or the muddy paw prints. You'll remember the joy in their eyes. The way they sat with you during hard days. The feeling of peace when they rested their head on your chest. So choose now. Be the kind of human your dog believes you are. Because they already love you more than life. Make sure, when the time comes, You can look at them through tears and say, I gave you the best life I could. Thank you for being here with us at Doggy for Life.